Colin Powell Show coming live Tuesday night as always. Thank y'all for tuning in. Got a special guest with me today. I got Mr. Ivan Ursery, the graphic designer, evangelist, owner of Enlisted. He is in the building tonight with me. Got a big show for you. So as always, the number is 219-671-8703. Call in with your comments, whatever you gotta say. Got a big show for you. First off, let me say, y'all see the backdrop. Y'all wanna know who made it, who designed it? The logo, this brother right here. It just so happened he was able to come on the show today. We didn't plan this, it just happened like that. Yeah, but he designed this whole thing, man, and we got it made and it's on the popping. So, but we got a big show, so we just gonna get it started. As I always say before the show, I say let's lock and load. That's my statement. And so the first thing we're gonna jump off with is the NBA has some big news. Blake Griffin has gotten traded to the Pistons. He had to sign a big contract in July, over $100 million, and now he's gone to the Pistons. What did you think when you seen the trade go through?
I was surprised, honestly. Well, do I talking to the mic? Hello.
No.
I was surprised, honestly, because I know they were building. Well, when Chris Paul was there,
right,
they were building their franchise around them two. And I didn't think he was on the chopping block. I thought, they were, if they were talking about trades, they were going to think about, somebody else for sure, because he was supposed to like the staple of the team. He was a quote unquote superstar. So I was surprised. I mean, I didn't think they would go pick him, put up. But then again, all that money, and Chris Paul leaving, and they're like the 9th seed, and they're paying all that money to be the 9th seed.
Right.
So I mean, why not free up some cap space? And then get some, some picks and all that stuff. So
a lot of people been saying, with them getting rid of this money, everybody know who's going to be a free agent this summer, Mr. LeBron James. And everybody say, now it ain't just the Lakers that might be able to go after him. Now the Clippers got money, they might be able to go after him.
Yeah.
But I don't see it happening. But they moved it. Detroit get a all-star player. And now they in the Eastern Conference, they can be able to make some moves. They can better make some moves, get better. LA Clippers look like they're gonna be in rebuild mode. So now DeAndre Jordan might be next. Lou Williams might be even after that. They total rebuild mode. Doc Rivers' son might end up being the lead scorer on the team now.
Yep.
He gonna be facing the franchise.
He might be there, but Doc Rivers won't be there to see it.
Yeah, you're right.
Doc Rivers don't want to be part of a rebuild.
You're right.
Yeah.
So that was the big trade, man. Y'all can call in and tell me what y'all think of the trade. This totally caught me off guard. And I think you say it caught you off guard too. What did y'all think about the trade? Call in with your comments. Do you think that the Clippers did Detroit give up too much? They gave away Avery Bradley, Tobias Harris, a first round pick and a second round pick. Now the first round pick is protected, so if it's like top 4, it still goes to Detroit. Mm-hmm. But if after that, it goes to the Clippers. But they gave up a lot to me. Do you think they gave up a lot?
Yeah, they definitely gave up a lot because they depended on Blake Griffin, who's 29 years old right now, so he's not, he's getting up there in age, NBA years, of course.
Right.
And his mid-range game is not even that great, as in like jump shooting percentage and stuff. I think what's the name has a higher percentage, jump shooting percentage to him, which is what's Superman's name? Wait, fake Superman.
Oh, you talking about the White House?
The White House. He got a higher percentage for mid-range than him right now.
Right.
And so he depends mostly on athleticism.
Right.
He's getting up there in age, so they have gave him a lot depending on banking on him, and because his athleticism, if that's gone, when that starts waning, his mid-range game is not that great.
He's trying to work on his jump shot because in this league everybody is shooting threes now. He's trying to work on his range, but he ain't made it there yet.
Yep.
But that was the big trade, man. They gave up a lot, but we're gonna keep it moving. Another thing that's happened, the NBA All-Stars has been picked. We got the All-Star game coming up in February. Yeah. They did it different this year. They didn't do East versus West.
Thank you.
Were you tired of that?
Yes.
So they did it where like I'm a captain, you a captain.
Yes.
And we pick players.
Yes.
But it's whack that they didn't even show it. They didn't show it. They was on a conference call. They didn't show it like, okay, we on a phone call together. You pick a player, I'll pick a player.
You mean they didn't show a live TV where they get the call? Yeah,
they worried about people feeling. feel some kind of way.
It's the PR. You gotta be politically.
These are men. These are men. These ain't the little girls we talking to, man.
Yeah, true.
Man,
true.
soldier up.
Yeah.
You can take it. If you play better, then you get picked higher.
Yeah.
Or you know what? You picked me last, and I'm about to give you the business on the court.
Yeah.
That's how you supposed to do it.
Yeah.
You know, but they how they picked it is so LeBron. First of all, LeBron's team is ridiculous. Steph, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was doing. His team is whack, man. LeBron got Kevin Durant. He got Kyrie on his team.
Yeah. I wonder how Kyrie felt about that. I'm trying to get away from you. You gonna get me up.
But I don't even have the whole list offhand. But LeBron's team was way better than Steph's team, and it was bad, man. It's like, dude, it's like they're gonna get demolished. Like the starting lineup was DeMarcus Cousins, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving. That's his starting five. Steph's starting five was like Steph Curry, James Harden, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Joel Embiid, and I forget the last person. I forget, but you just look at the starting five. LeBron starting five by far.
Yeah.
So. It's just, I just wish, I don't know what Steph was doing, like he needs some help picking his last. But
he also got what's him called from the Blazers.
Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean he coming off the bench. But the thing is, they saying that the first person that LeBron picked was Kevin Durant. Come on, man. Come on. So I mean, it's like you can't be too mad. He trying to win the game. You know what I'm saying? But. You scared of him?
So LeBron had first pick.
He had first pick.
Okay.
He had first pick.
You want to break that up right away?
Right. He had first pick, and then after the starters was picked, then Steph got the first pick of their bench players.
Oh, okay.
So that's how that went. But it's a new format, man. They thinking that it's gonna be more competitive. They gonna think it's more like playground, like my team against your team. Let's go at it. They think they gonna play harder because the All-Star game has been just up and down, running gun, no defense, alley hoops all over the place, and nobody's playing no defense.
Yeah.
And I think they actually upped the ante for the winner of $100,000 and the loser only get $25,000.
Oh,
so they think
a pay difference.
Yes.
I mean,
so they thinking that might do it too.
Yeah.
So I guess it's gonna be a watch and see approach.
Yeah.
We'll see if they.
I think it's gonna be competitive more so than it has been in other years. But still, it's their break. They're not going to go all out.
Right.
Because that's still not a lot of money compared to today's salaries and stuff. So they're not going to go all out. But there is going to be probably another level of competition.
Right.
They're not going to plan on hurting themselves for, too much at stake.
And you don't want to get injured in the All-Star game. Yeah. Let's look at some comments, man. Clippers won the deal. PG and LeBron going to the Clippers. White says, I like that backdrop. Jay Riley, Nico trade, stop, thank you. Yeah, Nico, the Bulls, Nico Mirotic almost got traded to the Pelicans, but it got blocked because it was some contract issues.
Okay.
Yes, the backdrop is nice. With Boogie out, it's more even. Yeah. So the LeBron team already lost DeMarcus Cousins because he tore his Achilles. So we got to figure out who's gonna replace him, who's gonna go in the starting lineup. So we're gonna see what happens with that.
Yeah.
But that's the All-Star. Now we watching the game right now.
I'm over here looking. That's what's distracting.
Yeah. Cavaliers is playing Detroit. Detroit don't even have Blake yet.
Yeah.
What did you see the score? Was it, I think, it's 53-52?
I ain't get to look. I know Detroit is winning though.
How is Detroit winning and they don't even got Blake yet? This is ridiculous.
Because IT and LeBron can't play on the floor together.
So you said they can't play on the floor?
They can't play on the floor
So
together.
let's talk about that for a second. I don't want to keep beating the dead. It's 53-52. Detroit is winning. Let's talk about a little situation right quick. I talked about it last week, but we got confirmation this time.
Yeah.
Last time we talked about the story about people questioning Kevin Love, leaving the floor early, being sick and all of this. It got confirmed. IT said, yeah, I asked him, yeah, why you leave the court early?
Yeah.
You as a man, if we on the court together, you leave the court early, and I come to you like, man, hey, man, I think you faking your injury or you faking your illness, man. Why you leave the court? If I question you, how would you feel?
First of all, it's different if you have played together for years, but he just got put on the team. And he come in like that superstar mindset. They already got one superstar, LeBron. They probably already irritated with LeBron. Now you got another guy coming in thinking he's a superstar and get to question you and stuff. Right. So of course you're gonna get irritated. I'll be irritated like you just got to the team, and you barely, this is your first few games and you already trying to, question what I'm doing
Right.
and all that different kind of stuff.
And then he little. He little. Kevin Love. He like, look, man, go get your little stupid stuff out of here, man. Like,
Yeah.
but that's a great point that you made, dude. You just came to the team. You
Yeah.
ain't got no your
Chemistry,
longevity.
yeah.
You ain't got no seniority on this team.
Yeah.
And now, who are you to ask me? And you just got here.
Yeah.
That's a great point, man. So, so J.R. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Excuse us if we turn away for a second. We watching the game
Yeah,
at the
that's right.
same
Yeah,
time,
right
but we just trying to stay current with the score and what's going on with the NBA. But that's what happened in the NBA. So next we're gonna move on, and you can still call in at any time, 219-671-8703. If you want to call in at any time, call in. We can always go back. We're gonna move on to the day of the life of Al, and you gonna like this because the day of the life of Al is the church had the family game night.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
So let's talk about this. I seen musical chairs. What's
That was
kids?
extreme musical.
Yeah. Let's talk about this. A day in life of Al. I come in and I think I seen the little kids doing musical chairs, which is cool.
Yeah.
But then the grown ups did musical chairs.
Yeah.
You was part of it.
Yeah.
You had a family member that was part of it that we're gonna not say the
You
name.
gonna say Britney's name?
That was the craziest musical chairs out of
Yeah.
They was worse than the kids.
Yeah, wait, the kids went after the adults.
They went after adults?
Yeah, 'cause my phone had died. I couldn't get back out. Yeah.
But I seen the adults. I seen chairs getting pulled like it was WWE or something, man.
Yeah.
Like they was getting. I seen chairs on the floor,
Yeah.
people on the floor.
Uh-huh.
It was crazy.
This is for all the years previous when they were kids. They never won music chairs. So it's all coming back. But you know how competitive my sister is. She got
Right.
to win. She was like that with basketball. You know, she got to be the best.
That
so she
was hilarious.
Yeah, and
Cause
she won too, which is crazy.
Yeah. So she ended up winning.
Yeah, she won. It was what we started off with. Let's see. We started off with like at least 20 people playing musical chairs, and she ended up, it was between the girls were the best ones, and they ended up, she ended up.
It was all girls at the end. But my question is, y'all call in and tell me the last time you played musical chairs, because what I seen with these grown-ups was off the chain. You was in the middle of it, and like I said, your sister was the funniest out of them all.
She got her hands up, doing the whole like she was playing defense.
Yeah. She was playing defense for real.
Yeah.
She was playing defense. How do you play defense on musical chairs? Answer me that. Answer me that question. How do you play defense? But that's what happened. In the day in the life of Al, that's what happened. I walked in and seen the grown-ups playing musical chairs. It went down. Tell me your musical chair story. Last time you played musical chairs, how did it go? Because I've seen it live, grown-up style. That's what happened. We're going to move on, man. Next topic, we're going to talk about the MLB Hall of Fame. Now, it's a big issue going on because certain players didn't get in. Now, the players that did get in, Chipper Jones, Jim Thome, Vladimir Guerrero, Trevor Hoffman. Those players got in.
Trevor Hoffman for the Padres.
Yes.
Okay, yes, I'm
Yes.
watching when I was in San Diego.
Yes. Oh, so you
Actually, he used to go to the Rock Church. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So you know about him because you was in San Diego.
Yeah.
But it was a couple players that didn't get in.
Kenny Lofton. I don't know if they even mentioned him.
No, they didn't. I don't think he.
Yeah.
Wait.
Kenny, they used to play.
I mean, I know.
Yeah.
He came from out here, but I'm saying like I'm trying to see when he been eligible though.
Yeah.
But I don't think he got that many votes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he was saying in the statement before, he was saying he never used, steroids, never using performance enhancing drugs.
Right.
And he wished, I think he said something like he could have been more, if he knew that how the voting was going, he would be more selfish instead of trying to get more teammates involved. He would have, I guess, stole more bases or whatever,
Right.
Like,
But this is my question. These are players that didn't get in. Roger Clemens, Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa.
Yeah.
Now, they didn't get in. First of all, do you agree with them not getting in?
If you're going on a moral standpoint, I mean, they say it's not, if it's, can't use those.
It's supposed to be solely based on what you did on the field.
Oh.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But if we go through the different cases, that's not the case. But in your opinion, should they be in?
Yeah, because it's players before then that was using steroids back in the 70s and 60s that's in the Hall of Fame, So you got to take it all the way back then if you're going to exclude them. But yeah, for what they did on the field, yeah, they should definitely be in the Hall of Fame.
So this is my question, y'all. Facebook, call in, comment. Should players that's allegedly use steroids being a Hall of Fame because it never was proven that they used.
Even more so, it's never proven.
It's
allegations, yeah. Definitely.
But this is my issue, and I might go on a little rant. Back in 1994, the baseball had a strike, and after the strike, it was the fans slowly came back. Slowly came back to baseball. So it was a hard time getting the fans back. So you know what brought the fans back? Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire when they had the home run chase.
Yeah.
Now, in this time, MLB was all for, fans coming back?
Yeah.
Come on with it.
Yeah.
They knew the whole time what was going on, but they profited off the home run chase and all of that.
Yeah.
But now you want to keep them all out of the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, you can't do that. You can't use them to get baseball back. Then once you back, we're going to push you away.
So the fans don't vote for the Hall of Fame?
No, it's MLB writers.
Okay.
Basically, the writers, but those are the ones who vote on the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And so, like, if you a player and you did a reporter wrong, they can keep you out of the Hall of Fame.
Oh.
That's why T.O. ain't made it to the Hall of Fame yet.
Oh, really?
You see him? Yeah.
So for the NFL too?
It's in the NFL too. NFL writers.
So the writers hold that much power. With that much power.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. So one of the people that I listened to, Dan Levitar, he actually gave his vote up because he didn't like the system. But I don't like the system. Like, dude, you cannot use these players when you need them, but then once you get back good, now we're gonna throw them away. And so every year, like Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Roger Clemens, Mark McGwire didn't get in, and Alex Rodriguez probably not gonna get in because he admitted to using steroids, but he's probably not gonna get in either. But I think they should be in. If you want to put a certain thing like steroid era, whatever the case may be, then you do that. Pete Rose is not in. He's the MLB leader in hits, but he gambled on baseball, so they kept him out.
For gambling?
For gambling. When he was a coach. When he was a coach. So he's not in. He's not in. So my question is, call in, man, comment, should the steroid players be allowed in? I think they should. Some people think they cheated the game. A lot of people who haven't used steroids, like Frank Thomas, Ken Griffey Jr., they don't like the fact that these players, they don't think they should get in. They don't think they should get in. Frank been big all his life, so it wasn't no thing that he used steroids. Yeah. But I'm indifferent, man. Barry Bonds was a Hall of Fame player before the steroid issues came up. Yeah. But this is what he said. He said he saw Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa getting all this attention. I'm great. Let me go do something. And we got an incoming call. Let's take this call. Thanks for calling the Allen Powell Show.
Hey, how you doing? It's me.
What you got?
Okay, so I just want to say, first of all, your backdrop is dope. It looks nice. It's a fresh new look for the show.
Well, thank you. Thanks to you for ordering it, and thanks for Mr. signing it. But what you got? What else you got?
Okay, so I agree with you 100%. I think that Jerry Maguire, Sammy Sosa, they should definitely be on all of things.
Hold on. Can we go back just a little bit?
Oh,
can you say that name again?
Jerry Maguire?
No, not Jerry Maguire. Mark McGwire. This is not the movie. This is not.
Whoever. Anyway.
Gotcha. I know you're talking about. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Jerry Maguire.
Don't stop saying Jerry Maguire.
Stay on topic.
Okay.
So I think they should be in the Hall of Fame because that was like our childhood. Like they embodied baseball at the time when they played. Right. They made everybody watch.
Right. Yeah, they did.
Everybody was counting home runs. And we didn't even watch baseball. They made it interesting again. They saved baseball.
Yeah,
that's true.
So they should definitely be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, I appreciate that. I agree with you. Thanks for calling in, and I agree.
But not Barry Bonds.
Not Barry Bonds? Why not Barry Bonds?
I don't know. His head is too big.
His head did get huge. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for calling in.
You're welcome.
So she said Barry shouldn't get in because his head too big. Jay Riley says where are the TVs, bro? Games on. We watching the game. We ain't got the game. We ain't got the TVs behind us, but we got the TV over here. You can't see it, but we can. We watching the Cleveland game right now. No to the Royds. So you say no to the Royds, but what about when nobody was coming to the games and the Royds brought people back to the game? Yes, the backdrop is nice. Can't let them in. You have to set a standard. What's the standard though? Like, see, you can't have it both ways, man. They use these players when baseball was struggling.
Yep.
Don't use them when baseball is struggling, but then once you get back on your feet.
Yeah.
That's like, you know what that reminds me of? Is when somebody's struggling, you help them out. And then once they get on their feet, they don't act like they don't even know you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't that irritate you?
Yeah,
That irritates me.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't mess with me no more then. No, you want to use me when you get up on top and then you gone.
Yep.
So that's exactly the same thing. But
so I got a question.
Go ahead.
With steroid use, I mean, I know it enhances, but it enhances the skill you already have, skill set you already have.
Right.
So the steroids just make you more powerful. So if you already got hand-eye coordination where you a home run monster or whatever, steroids is just gonna make that you can hit. Steroids will just make you be able to hit it further.
Right.
Okay.
Right. That's my thing. Like, people are like, it don't. To my knowledge, it don't help with your hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
Just say you might hit 5 home runs without steroids.
Yeah.
With steroids, you might hit 25 home runs.
Okay.
That's a big deal because people have made a lot of money off of steroids. You know, they have a big contract year. Now they get a big contract.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. It's a big deal, but like I seen, like Brady Anderson, baseball player from Baltimore. Like, he's a little dude. He's a leadoff hitter. Leadoff hitter's not supposed to be hitting home runs like that.
Yeah.
Dude had probably like 10, 15 home runs. Then one year he hit 50 home runs. I know for a fact he was on roids.
Yeah.
I know for a fact. But Sam Boyne says don't do the roids. I'm not advocating doing roids. That's not
from
what I'm
personal
doing.
experience, I think. That's what I'm
Mr. Urshey says, dude, is Sam on the roids?
Sam used to be like 110, now he's like 340. He was like 5'10", now he's like 6'3".
So Martell says, but baseball is a boring sport. They need the roids. Okay, so you say you can't let them in. You have to have a standard, but baseball is boring, so they need the roids. Say, brother, can you tell me where do you stand? Because right now you on both sides to me. I don't know exactly where you stand on the subject of roids. We got another caller. Thanks for calling the Allen Powell Show.
What's up, Al?
What's going on, man? Who this?
It's Clinton.
Oh, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Hey, man. Y'all looking good over there, man.
Appreciate it, man. What you got on what you got with the topics, man?
Y'all talking about the steroids, right?
Right, yeah. But you can talk about whatever we talked about so far, man.
Okay, yeah. I'm just not tuning in.
Okay.
And but for what you guys talking about as far as the steroids, people really don't understand that steroids have been going on way before Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens. You know, in the 80s.
Right.
You know, but when the '94 strike hit, they lost a lot of fans.
Right.
And, you know, I mean, obviously that was the reason Michael Jordan went back to basketball is because of the strike. But a little bit off the topic, but the strike, they lost a lot of fans. They needed something to get the fans back.
Right.
It was the Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa situation, which honestly, I'm kind of iffy with Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa because of what happened in court. They really couldn't even explain, you know, they just wanted to show up. They didn't want to explain their situation.
And then all of a sudden, Sammy don't know English all of a sudden.
Right. Sammy don't know English. Mark McGwire, he just like, I'm not here to talk about the past.
Right.
Talk about the past. But what people really don't understand about Barry Bonds, he was a Hall of Famer before the home runs.
Right.
He won the MVP like maybe 5 or 6 times.
Right.
You know, so you have to put these guys in the Hall of Fame for what they did to the game, making it a popular sport. You know, they even had pitchers doing commercials talking about Chief did long balling.
Right. They was promoting it.
Yeah, Tom Glavine, Mark Maddox. You know,
I mean, if it wasn't for Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, Brady Anderson, I mean, Roger Clemens, I mean, those guys, the stats, maybe an asterisk, but you can't even do that. You have to put these guys in.
Gotta put it in.
But Andy Petty get caught, but you give him a chance to put him in the Hall of Fame.
And
I don't think it's fair. If you're gonna put him in, you gotta put the rest of them in.
Right, and the thing is, Andy Pettitte, because he admitted it, it's like they giving him like a little pass or whatever. But man, brother got caught. But I'll tell you, Alex ain't gonna get in though. I don't think Alex gonna get in.
No, Alex is not gonna get in. He got caught too many times. He was just dumb.
Yeah.
You know, but for Barry Bonds, not to put him in, there's a different situation with that. And I'm gonna explain that to you. Mm-hmm. When Barry Bonds beat Babe Ruth's record as far as the home run, it's a lot of people that really didn't like that. And everybody know baseball is a very racist sport. It's a very racist sport. And I'm gonna tell you another thing too. When Hank Aaron beat Babe Ruth's record, they didn't want the black man beating Babe Ruth's record. But Hank Aaron's a right-handed batter. Babe Ruth was the left-handed batter.
Right.
Barry Bonds the left-handed batter. So now you got Barry Bonds the left-handed batter, Babe Ruth the left-handed batter. So Barry Bonds is not only the greatest home run hitter, but he's the greatest left-handed hitter of all time.
Right.
But you know, and people still consider Babe Ruth the greatest home run hitter of all time.
Yeah.
Even though his records are broken.
Yeah.
He's pretty much the most glorified runner-up in sports history. And half his home runs was Grand River doubles at that time.
Right. I got you.
You know, so I mean, yeah, that's my take on it. I mean, you got to put those guys in. They did too much for the game, and it's really not fair. And one last thing. I know I get on the show for so long, man. I miss y'all, man. But
yeah,
one last thing. One last thing. The Hall of Fame committee is a joke. They got to get 70% to make it to the Hall of Fame. And I remember it was 1 year they didn't put anybody in the Hall of Fame. Right. It's a joke.
Right. And it's done by the writers. I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you calling in, man. We're gonna keep it moving, but we whatever you hear you want to call on back, man.
All right, for sure, man. Y'all take care, man. Keep doing what y'all do.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had a lot of great points, man. A lot of the stuff that I said, and it was a great point. We got a lot to keep going, man. I'm gonna look at a few of these comments before we move on.
I'm saying I don't do steroids. You just playing with yourself. I know you don't do steroids, man.
I see you with the backdrop, bro. Appreciate it, Devo. That's your own frame of thought. If it's not affecting your game, why cry about it? It's not their body. Think about it. Kevin Love just broke his left hand.
What?
Oh, we got to check that out. Barry Bonds was a beast.
He broke it on purpose.
Okay. So that's that. One more thing about baseball. Cleveland Indians just decided to change their logo.
Really?
Yeah. So you know they had the Indian logo.
Yeah.
And they gonna change it after this year. So they got this year coming up, and then they're gonna change it.
They're gonna change the logo to the team name.
The logo.
Now they're gonna still be calling it the Indians.
From what I hear, they still gonna be called the Indians, but you just not gonna have a logo of Native Americans on your, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because so some issues with that. It was, people talking out like, hey, but that's offensive.
Yeah.
And so they're gonna change it. My question to you is, should they change it?
Well, they said the Cleveland Browns is based off black people. That's what somebody said. That's why they call them Cleveland Browns. Because somebody said there's no other team that's, using another ethnicity as their logo or as their chant.
Right.
If the Native Americans say it's offensive, I'm not a Native American. My wife said she half Choctaw. Well, not half Choctaw, but she got some Choctaw. A lot of black people say they 80 in them, but that's here nor there. But they say it's offensive, I guess you have to respect. You made enough money, whatever, to change it. It's a lot of different. You got people, designers on staff. You got creative minds on staff. So you can change it. I mean, people gonna be mad because of the legacy of it, and then, what do you call the word? Nostalgia of it, whatever.
Right.
But I think you should, you know, if people, the Native Americans feel offended by it,
Right.
just out of service to them, you know, you should change it, whatever. But I don't know, it still be called the Indians, so, I mean, it's, the team name still be called the Indians. So I don't know what kind of logo they come up with that's not going to be, because you're still calling them the Indians.
They might just have like a C. One of the comments, Cleveland Chapman said Cleveland Browns was named after the owner, Paul Brown. Okay, so.
Oh, I guess I was wrong. Somebody said because
But people say something all the time, so you know. But a quick thing about the Cleveland Indians thing. So they're going to change it, but
yeah.
you got plenty of other teams. You got the Redskins. Redskins said they ain't gonna change it.
Yeah.
The owner, you know, he owning the team said I ain't changing it.
Yeah.
You got the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
It's plenty of teams. So I wonder is it gonna snowball? Because Cleveland was the first team.
Oh yeah, always. Once people gain ground and people give in, then it's always snowball. So those rest of those teams, it's going to be gradual. It might not even be gradual. It might be fast, but yeah, they're going to have to change their name.
I don't know, man, because the Redskins owner said he ain't changing. He gonna say he ain't changing. He said he took a poll of about 500 Native Americans, and the poll showed that majority of them is not even offended by it. You know,
But it take a few. All it take a few
Right.
people to
That's
stir up,
true.
and then you got people that's going to be protesting not even Native American just because, you know, people like to protest. So
Right.
they're going to change their names. They're going to have to change their names.
So y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me know. Should all sports that have like the Florida State Seminoles, you know, they got like some Indian as they logo. Should the Indians, Blackhawks, Redskins, should they change their logo because it is offensive to the Native Americans to have them as a logo or like a mascot? You know what I'm saying? That's what basically what it comes down to. They are a mascot. Yeah. One of the people that I listened to again, Bomani Jones, to make a point, he came in with a shirt that said the Caucasians. Making a point, like, how would y'all like it if this was a logo? You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so it is offensive. It is offensive. But
what other teams are on the you said okay, the Seminoles, Florida State Seminoles,
Florida State, Atlanta Braves.
Atlanta Braves. Well, they should be like the Atlanta Negroes because there's a lot of black people in Atlanta.
You got the Blackhawks.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of teams, man. So they might have to look at themselves like, hey, you know, if it's offensive, they should just change it, though, man.
Yeah.
But like you say, the nostalgia and all of that.
So why Cleveland, of all the teams, was the first one to chopping block?
It's been brought up a lot of times, man. And I think they were just the first team to step out. It's been brought to the Redskins, but their owner is very stubborn. Daniel Snyder, the owner of the Redskins, he's very stubborn, and he's like, I'm not changing, I'm not moving, I'm not budging. So, and then the commissioner Roger Goodell says, oh, he's not going to change it. Like he's not even putting no pressure. He just saying like he can't do nothing about it. He just said, oh, he's not going to do it. I mean, I understand that. Roger Goodell works for the owners.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're the commissioner. You can do something.
So that's all that's going to happen is Vince McMahon's going to come in and say, you know, with the XFL, we're not going to use any derogatory things.
Right.
And they're going to mark it off of that.
Right.
Later on down the line.
So y'all let me know, man. Should it get changed? Should everybody change, or do you think it's not that offensive? It's not that big of a deal. Y'all let me know. We're gonna keep it moving. You asked me earlier, did I watch the Grammys? Just tell me what was y'all thoughts on the Grammys. I seen some of it, didn't see all of it. Just a little Grammy talk. Did you see the Grammys? Did you watch the whole thing, or you watched?
See, I got a Fire Stick.
Okay.
So you know, so all I did was go on Twitter, because on Twitter you just get all the highlights of people, you know, tweeting about what's going on and stuff. And so I just saw the highlights, you know, like I said, CeCe Winans won
Right.
a whole bunch of stuff, won a couple of Grammys and stuff. So other than that, no, I know what's the name, Kendrick Lamar won something, I guess best song and best album and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, we got another caller. What you got?
911 emergency. Kevin Love is going to be out 6 to 8 weeks.
Somebody just posted that. Thanks for the update. That's a big deal, man. So breaking news coming into the Allen Powell show. Kevin Love broke his hand, will be out 6 to 8 weeks. That's a big deal, man. Now LeBron is really that brother gonna be out there by himself for real.
Yeah.
IT better step up, man. But that's a big deal. Breaking news. Kevin Love broke his hand, out 6 to 8 weeks. Where does that leave the Cavaliers? Do they slide in the conference even further down the East, or can they hold ground? Keep it moving. The Grammys, Kendrick Lamar, I say this about Kendrick Lamar. That brother know how to perform. When he perform, he do it big, and he always make a statement with his performance. He's a great performer, so I'll say that. NFL, Super Bowl predictions. Who you got and why?
All right. See, I'm not the expert in the NFL, But after listening to a lot of strategists and what do you call them?
Analysts.
Commentator, analysts. Strategists even word?
Strategists, yeah.
I mean, I know it's a word, but I would. You know what? I was gonna say the Eagles. You know why? Because on the faith aspect, I think they got more faith.
I think they got more faith.
I think they got more faith. I think they're gonna be praying hard.
That's something to look up. That's something to look up. Who has more faith-filled people on the team? Does that come into the play? But what about when Russell Wilson lost? You know what I'm saying?
Well, he won once and he gave his glory to God. I think, the second time Russell Wilson was kind of slipping when he was giving his glory to God. So, so I was like, you know what? We gave that platform once, Right. Somebody else that platform. But no, I'm just playing. Honestly, I think Eagles are going to pull it out, I think, with their defense.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so with their defense. And that's the only hope they got.
Look, man.
they gotta stop Brady.
Look, I'm not believing that a quarterback named Nick Foles is gonna beat Tom Brady. Not doing it. He played good last week. But I don't believe he can do it twice. Mm-hmm. And like I said last week, when you gotta beat New England, you gotta beat New England. You gotta beat the refs. You gotta beat the aura. You gotta beat everything that comes to the Patriots. And I don't think Philly has enough to do.
If they don't beat themselves, I say they can't mess up and beat themselves. A lot of teams come in like the Jaguars and end up beating themselves and late down the stretch. So if they can hold their composure, I think it's going to be a close game because most of the Patriots games, Super Bowl games, have been close. They haven't been really no blowouts. Mm-hmm. So if they can keep it close and they don't beat themselves, I believe their defense could take over and then they have a chance. But it's going to be a close game.
I want Philly to win, but I just can't see it happening, man. I can't see it happening. Let's read a couple more comments. Let's see. Martell says ends in Black Hawk named after a real bird. But if you look at the logo, it's like an Indian with feathers.
The Black Hawk tribe is probably named after the Black Hawk bird, but they named the team after the Black Hawk tribe. Well,
yeah, look at the logo. Look at the logo. Yeah, Walter says that's racism. Clinton says University of Illinois removed the Indian logo off there. Oh, the Fighting Illini. The Fighting Illini. Okay. Has the NBA surpassed the NFL? Not yet, but NBA is very popular right now, but they haven't passed the NFL.
Who's that question?
Sam's on mine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's the football talks. Let me know y'all plans for the Super Bowl, man. What y'all doing for the Super Bowl? I might need to crash that party. But let me know y'all plans, what y'all got going, who y'all got in the Super Bowl. What are y'all plans? Let me know. Call in the Alec Powell Show, comment, do that. Let's see. Now, another thing, I don't even know if I got a chance to send this to you. Roger Goodell's concerned about the catch rule. I don't know if you've seen a lot of plays where a dude will catch it and then the ball will trickle out and then they'll call it incomplete. But everybody's seen it on the TV. It looks like a catch. Mm-hmm. Now he's not concerned about it. I think it's a little bit too late for that. Yeah. Pittsburgh could have won a game against New England Patriots. Yeah. It's a snowball effect. If Pittsburgh win that game, they get home field advantage. They don't have to play Jacksonville in the second round. It's a domino effect. Yeah. If I'm Pittsburgh, I'm like, dude, I don't want to hear about this now. No. I want to hear about this now. Yeah. You done cost me a chance in the Super Bowl. Yeah. I had to play Jacksonville, which y'all would have had to play Jacksonville in the second round instead of us. And it's a whole domino effect. But
leave it alone.
Right.
It's going to slow up the game anyway. You don't need to slow the game up no more.
And so they talking about he gonna change the rule because they say you have to control the process through the ground. He's saying that he probably gonna change that part. It looks like a catch, it's a catch.
Yeah.
Too many things. I mean, the Bears tight end broke his leg and he couldn't even get the catch. He caught the ball, broke his leg, and they ain't even give him the catch. I'm like, man, the dude broke his leg. At least give him the catch. My goodness, he broke his leg. Just a little, that was just a quick NFL nugget for y'all. Roger Goodell thinking about changing the rules. Another thing I want to talk about, Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey is going to the WWE. If y'all remember who she is.
What they call her? What's her nickname? Ronda what Rousey?
I forget her nickname.
Hey, y'all remember the nickname.
But it don't matter. It don't matter at this point because she got whooped on her last couple of fights, and nobody knew what she was gonna do.
Yeah.
Now she's gonna go to the WWE. My thing is this: WWE. Spoiler alert: is fake.
Rowdy.
For everybody.
Rowdy. Never mind.
That was her nickname?
I think it's Ronda Rowdy Rousey.
So like Roddy Piper?
Yeah, like kind of like that.
So
I think
like
so.
Ronda Roddy. Oh, that's
Yeah, I think
interesting.
they call it something like that. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so you go to the WWE. Now, if I'm in the WWE, well, if I'm watching the WWE, you're not gonna convince me after you got whooped on in the UFC that you're gonna come in and be some bad person, this big bad person in the WWE.
Yeah.
You can't convince me of that. Do you still watch the WWE?
I never watched it.
You never watched it?
I can't
What?
stand fake stuff.
Blasphemy.
It's fake, man. I can't watch fake.
So, but you knew it was fake from the beginning?
Yeah,
you know it was fake from the beginning. Come on, man. Facebook,
When I watched Hulk Hogan,
come on.
I knew it was fake from the beginning. They
At
hit each other.
At what age you knew it was fake?
Probably like 7 years old.
Facebook, do y'all believe that I knew
it was fake.
that it was fake at 7 years old? What 7-year-old knew wrestling was fake at 7 years old?
Hey, I got a gift to know.
Come on, man. Nobody knew it was fake.
I knew it was fake. I'm like, this is whack, fake stuff. But then again, I used to watch Bruce Lee. I used to love, actual fighting and stuff. So
You talking about the movies he was in?
yeah, the movies he was in.
That stuff was fake too.
But I'm saying, like, you could. I mean, it's coordinated, but it looked realer than wrestling.
Oh, you look really wrestling.
Yeah.
Hey, I used to love wrestling, man.
Yeah, I hate wrestling.
But my thing is, you can't come to the WWE and then come at this whole storyline.
If she would have did this while she was on top before she lost to Holly Holmes,
right,
then it would be more realistic. But after she lost to Holly, and then she lost again to Homegirl,
right,
and got destroyed.
Right.
Then it's like you go there now. Yeah, like you said, people gonna believe see it's fake.
Your sister says my whole family knew it was fake, like Santa Claus.
I know, right?
Oh yeah, they told you that early. Okay, right. Maybe you did know. Maybe you did know. Okay, maybe you did.
But
know.
yeah, with her, yeah, it's not realistic. She lost,
Right.
Yeah, but her fight career is over after she go to WWE. She's not gonna come back to the UFC. But I don't think she was coming back anyway.
Right. Yeah, she's done.
Mentally, it messed up
right
her head losing like that.
So let's get to the issue where you got all this paperwork at.
Oh yeah.
So
enablers.
And this is my question. This is my question. So if for y'all who don't know, Larry Nassar, the doctor from Michigan State, got sentenced to what 100? What did he get? 170?
40 to 175 years. But the judge gave him 175. She said, I watched the sentencing. Yeah.
For molesting, abusing young girls. He was a gymnastics coach and a Michigan State doctor. Now, there's a lot of people that it's basically like the Penn State situation with Joe Paterno.
Yeah.
And Joe Paterno ended up having to leave.
Yeah. But now, what's his name? The coach's name, though?
Who, Michigan State?
The Penn State coach.
Oh, it was Joe Paterno. He was the coach. Jerry Sandusky was the one that got put to jail. My thing is this. Should Tom Izzo, the basketball coach, get fired because of this? Because he's catching questions. And to me, he wasn't one of the ones that was involved.
It's two different sports. I mean, because he said he's a medical doctor. He deal with
But they saying because he's so big, there's no way that he couldn't have known.
Oh, okay. Because they're saying some of these people that's named are people that were big too that knew about it. I mean, it was told years in the, to 1994, 97.
Right. So they even law enforcement knew and didn't do nothing.
Yeah, he knew. But this is the thing. He knew. I'll put it like that. If he's that big on the campus, you hear all that stuff. You know.
So, but is it rumors? What do you do with that? If you hear something, do you roll with it and go tell law enforcement, or how do you handle that?
If it's let's say it's in here that law enforcement, he had an open pending investigation going on when they let him back on campus in 2014. So due diligence was done because people, it might have been later down the road, but due diligence was done because people were informed about it and stuff. So the people that they got named in this list are the people that deserve to be fired. Of course, some people already have resigned and stepped down, they're guilty. He knew about it, but I'll say he deserves to be fired because just for the fact, human beings, people want to stay in their lane. He dealing with basketball. He's the coach of basketball. He don't want to get sidetracked with all the other stuff that's going on. Unless some girls are coming to him saying, "You're a big name. We need your help to come out and vocalize it." They came to him and he didn't do anything about it. Then he deserves to be fired. But nobody's mentioning that he was even told about it personally from any of the girls. They didn't come to him because he's a big name on campus. They would have came to him like, you know what? Coach, we want to talk to you about, something's going on with the doctor, the university and stuff,
Right.
and then he could be held accountable. But since nobody's coming forward saying they told him personally, whatever, he knew about it, of course, that big of a name,
Right. So you saying he probably heard about it, but nobody came to him and really broke it down.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to stay in my lane and worry about my guys and all this stuff.
Do you think, so you saying he didn't even want to deal with it? You think he didn't want to deal with it?
He didn't want to deal with it.
Which is sounds reasonable. Some people don't like to deal with ugliness. Like they're like, you know what? I ain't got nothing to do with that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Let's take another call. Thanks for calling the Allen Powell Show.
What's up, Al? This Clem again.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to talk about this Michigan State thing.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people got it wrong. It's not that you look at Tom Izzo. Yeah, it's easy to look at Tom Izzo because he's the biggest name in Michigan State.
Right.
It's easy to look at the football coach because Michigan State football team is big.
Right.
But the biggest name you would look at is the athletic director. And look what he had did, Mark Hollis. Mark Hollis retired 2 days after what's the guy's name? Nasser.
Yeah.
Right, Larry Nassar.
Larry Nasser was finished.
Right.
And then you have the Michigan State athletic director retired 2 days after it happened, and he was on the athletic director for 10 years. That's the question right there. As the athletic director, you oversee all of the sports, so everything that goes on. Nothing gets past you. So all of this information is getting to you, and you just push it to the side.
Right. That's crazy, man.
So why are you pushing it to the side, and then when Nasser gets convicted for life with this, you decide to retire after 2 days?
Right.
That's the person you need to get to. That person needs to be, indicted, and questions need to be answered from this man.
Yep.
Right.
So it's not Izzo, and it's not the other coaches, the big name coaches around Michigan State. It's Mark Hollis. Now, I just want to hear your thoughts on that.
I agree, man. The athletic director is the main person out of everybody. I can see if dude was a team doctor for the team, then you can come at the coach. But he was just the Michigan State doctor, period.
Yeah.
So I agree. The athletic director he's the head man at the end of the day.
It's a culture.
Exactly. I mean, you're overseeing football, not just football and basketball, but
The whole
gymnastics,
yeah.
hockey, lacrosse, everything.
Right.
So I want to hear from him and why he did what he did.
That's a good point, man. I appreciate that, man.
Yep.
All right.
It's a culture of cover-up in all the sports.
Yeah, it is.
It's a whole culture of cover. It's getting exposed now, and I'm happy this stuff is getting exposed. But it's a whole culture of cover. A lot of stuff that come out, people have been knowing about for years, and
It's coming out.
yeah, it's probably more team doctors that did stuff at other schools, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just now it's all coming out. But
And it's crazy.
coming to the light.
Everything is coming out. Basketball, football, Hollywood. That's when it started.
Yeah.
It came out in Hollywood,
Yeah.
and then I guess it came back in Penn State, the Penn State situation. But
Yeah.
it really the snowball effect came in Hollywood, the Me Too Act and all that.
It started with one comedian making that one joke, and it's made this whole snowball.
Yeah.
With Bill Cosby.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. And what's crazy is they had video of this dude just like touching a young girl. Like, yeah, it's video.
That's the parents and everybody else's fault right there.
Yeah, they make it seem like he's working them out. Like, dude, that's inappropriate, man. Like, he touching their butt close to they crotch. Like, dude, y'all not gonna say nothing about this?
That's
And the way they did is because he's a gymnastics coach. It was like, oh, my daughter's gonna be on the gymnastics team, so they want. It's like the basketball where you would just push somebody through school just because you want them. Like it's ridiculous, man. And so, like you say, everything is coming out to the light, man.
Yeah.
So
he ain't gonna make it too long in prison.
That's what they saying.
Unless he gonna be the prison doctor.
So this is another thing I gotta ask you. Somebody mentioned this on the show I was listening to earlier. Is this the way to handle these type of questions? First of all, is being attracted to young girls a disease? Is throwing them in jail, throwing away the key, is that the way to handle it? Or should something else be done? Like, what's the right way to handle it? Because, I like how you handle. We talked before the show. We had a little convo about something, and we talked about how we are all God's children, so to speak. So how do you handle that? If you wanted to help this man some kind of way, how would you go about doing that?
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, how the way society is going right now. In 10 years, what he did, 15 years from now, what he did is not going to be considered wrong as, like, they're going to say that is a mental problem, or not. No, they're not going to say it's a mental problem. They're going to say he has the right to do, or he is attracted to young people, whatever. There's nothing wrong with it. Just like they say nothing wrong with others. Somebody will give it to
Right.
So a few years from now, it's going to be considered okay.
You think so?
Right now, they got stuff talking about men, boy lover type stuff. They trying to legalize stuff, saying it's okay for men, older men to like younger boys and stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. So this stuff is gonna, cause how society's going, which is of course wrong, whatever. So I see that's gonna happen. But even with everything that's happening now, even with the war on drugs and all that stuff, when people back in there, you get caught with marijuana, such marijuana, they give you life sentences and stuff for drug offenses, not even murder and all that different kind of stuff. But now they're legalizing, they have legalized drugs in Colorado, different places like that. So the system is jacked up, period. People is pretty much based off, I see, emotion, you know. Right now, because public opinion saying that's wrong, which is wrong, 100%.
Right.
Because public opinion saying it's wrong, they give them 175 years, whatever like that, because of public opinion. But then public opinion changes, he could be a free man, you know. I'm saying, like, if this happened 10, 15 years from now, and they say, oh, there's nothing wrong with that. He has the right to like young girls and all this crazy stuff.
I disagree. I can't see it.
It's happening. You see how fast everything is happening?
Yeah,
all
that's
this,
true.
All this men going to women's bathrooms.
True.
All this straight blatantly wrong. It's like now it's being accepted instead of accepted as maybe a mental condition, or accepted as like somebody, you know, it's a disorder. Now it's it's okay, or it's not a disorder.
And the whole NBA had to move their All-Star game because North Carolina stood on
Yeah, you can't have men going to women's bathrooms. They move the All-Star game. So it's happening like that. But I think honestly, prison is not to rehabilitate these kind of issues, because he's gonna get in there, he's probably gonna get beat up or raped himself and all that stuff. So it's not gonna rehabilitate the issue. Right. Of course, we believe, because we Christians, it's a sin issue, and I know it's a sin issue, but yeah, they need counseling, you know, and other things like that. But you do gotta punish offenders. You can't let people go and molest kids and stuff like that. They gotta be punished. I don't know if a hardcore prison is the punishment for them. Right. Because that's just, you know, maybe.
But you do gotta get penalized for your actions.
Yeah.
So, well, that's a good conversation, man. I'm gonna look at a few comments before we end the show. Man, I need my chair ready. When you ready, come on through, Jay. Come on through. Sexual assault is a problem, not being attracted. Well, that's what I meant.
Attracted. What you mean?
When I said it's being attracted to young girls, a disease, and she basically saying sexual assault is the problem. Oh. But I mean, being attracted leads to it. You know what I mean? So, Clinton Champ, breaking news, Chiefs trade Alex Smith to Redskins. That is breaking news. If Alex Smith just got traded to the Redskins, that definitely means that Kirk Cousins is gone, and Pat Mahomes is probably gonna start.
Chiefs and Redskins, that's two Native American teams right there.
Ain't that crazy that it just goes right along with the show? Clinton said the trade means that Kirk Cousins will not be franchise tagged and he will hit the free agent market. And the Cleveland Browns said they wanted Kirk Cousins. Well, Joe Thomas said he wanted Kirk Cousins. No, this should never be right. Yeah. I agree.
It's not right. That's what I'm saying. It's not right at all. How society try to, you know. Try to push this agenda.
Yeah, he's saying in a few years it's gonna be looked at as
right
okay,
now,
like it's gonna
be opium. It's an opium epidemic. Now they're trying to give people treatment for the stuff they put other people away in prison for, because now it's a problem that they want to treat instead of it's a criminal offense. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, so he thinks stuff is just getting crazy and crazy. I tend to agree with some of his stuff. I don't agree with everything, but I can't see this. I can't see it. But we'll convene once our stuff happening. We'll convene later on. Somebody says no Bulls talk. What do y'all want to talk about with the Duke Bulls, man? Nico almost got traded. It didn't go through. Zach LaVine is still trying to work his way back. Our rookie Lauri Markkanen is balling out. He's going to be on the rookie, the USA versus the world team when they the rookies and the sophomores play. Bulls, I'm looking forward to the offseason, really. Or what draft pick we gonna have. But we in rebuild mode, man. Ain't nothing too much to say about the Bulls, man. Y'all want to call in and say something about the Bulls? Come on with it, cause I don't know what to say about them. We rebuilding. I thought for a small chance we had a chance to make the playoffs when Nico was balling out, but then they started losing again. So ain't nothing happening.
It's a glimmer of hope.
Yeah. But that's the Bulls talk I got for you. I plan on going to the Bulls game against the Cavaliers. I think it's like March 17th on a Saturday. I plan on being in attendance. So I plan on going to the United Center. Them Timberwolves though, they looking good. They decent. But we about to get up out of here, man. Before we get up out of here, I always try to leave a little scripture or something. And just like we was talking about how everything is coming to the light. Luke 8:17, for there is nothing hidden that will not be known or brought out into the open. And so just basically everything that's in the dark will be brought out to the light. All this sexual harassment, sexual assaults is coming out. Even the steroid stuff came out, when they were, they were doing their steroids, hitting all the home runs, but eventually it came out. So that's just something to leave with. I always try to leave scriptures that go kind of with what we talking about, but also goes on with our life. So if you doing some dirty stuff in the dark, it will come to the light. It will come to the light, man. So just take that into consideration, man. We about to get up out of here. Thank y'all as always for tuning in, man. Y'all can check us out on YouTube, Allen Pals. Subscribe, like the video, share it, and we'll see y'all next Tuesday, same time, same day. And thank y'all again. We out this thing. Mr. Ivan Urson. I'm Al. I'm Allen Pals. We out this thing.
Now you said who did this?
Brian. Henderson.
Okay, I know he's talking about.
Yeah. Like, I ain't even have an accent. He was like, I got something.
And this your voice?
No, this is his voice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.